Hi, I'm Dr. Azarani, and together with my husband, Dr. Ayadi, who's a board certified geriatrician, we run a geriatric clinic in the Bay Area, California. Today, I want to discuss a very crucial subject. When do we have to have a will and put it into legal motion through our lawyer, and what should we specify in it? So, at any stage of our life, unpredictables can happen. We could be in our 20s, 30s, 40s, 80s. You could be walking down the street and you have a fall. You can have a car accident. You can have a stroke. You can have a seizure. You can have a heart attack. You could be in early stages of dementia. You could, God forbid, have cancer. And there are times where you would lose consciousness and be in a medical emergency situation where somebody else has to make your medical wishes very clear to the medical people who are taking care of you, doctors who are taking care of you, and make decisions on your behalf based on what your wishes are. And that is exactly why you need a will. What you need to do is take a piece of paper and imagine the worst situation where you could be in, where you're unconscious, and decide who, first of all, should make those decisions for you. Is it going to be your spouse? Is it going to be your parents? Is it going to be your siblings or your children? And you have to choose for somebody to make medical decisions for you and for the same person to also carry on your financial wishes, or a separate person to make financial decisions for you. So the first thing to do is to talk to your primary care internists or board certified geriatricians and discuss your wishes, your medical wishes with them. And they are the experts to help you make those decisions based on their medical expertise. And then after that, write those down, get a referral from your doctors. Board certified geriatricians, for example, have a lot of connections to lawyers who specifically do wills and choose your health proxy and financial proxy. And you can go see them and write all these wishes and decisions down and make it legal. Then come back and discuss that, all your wishes very clearly and concisely with your family members, especially with those people who are going to be making all these decisions medically and financially for you, who you have designated based on your wishes to carry on your decisions for you. So there are circumstances where complications arise, and I want to discuss a few of those based on what we have seen day in, day out in our clinic. There are situations where, for example, people have been in an accident, or they have early onset dementia, they've had a heart attack, they had a seizure, they had a stroke, they have cancer, and they have not been able to make decisions for themselves, and they do not have a will. So in these circumstances, if you have family, like if you have a spouse or parents or siblings or children, they will make those decisions for you and communicate basically their wishes, not your wishes, to the medical team that is taking care of you. For example, should you have a specific type of surgery? Should you be put on a respirator for a very long period of time? Should you be DNR, which means do not resuscitate, which means if your heart is in failure, do you or the person who's making the decision for you want you to go through your heart being brought back by medical procedures to life, or you do not want to be resuscitated? Other decisions are, let's say you have dementia and you cannot live on your own. Do they want to take care of you, bring the infrastructure you need to take care of you to home? Or do you wish to go to a memory care unit? So these are the decisions that, for example, we have seen that people without a will have not been able to make. And so if they have family members, they will make for them. Or if they don't, the court assigns a complete stranger to do that for them. And it is sad because these strangers, even though they're very good people and they have your best, um, situation in mind, they still are not related to you. They never met you before. They don't know what your wishes are, and they don't know your life history. And it is a very hard situation to be in. There are other circumstances where we have seen, for example, that a person has chosen a health proxy, so somebody makes health decisions for you, and another to make financial decisions for you. And a lot of friction has been caused between them and therefore jeopardizes your health. And I'll give you an example. Let's say you have frailty, you can no longer talk, or you can no longer speak for yourself. And so, your mental capacity is not as sharp as it used to be when you were younger. So, your health proxy makes a decision based on what your board certified geriatrician or medical team recommend, having your best interests in mind. And then you need the infrastructure to facilitate the medical wishes. But then the person who has financial power of attorney for you is not willing to provide the finances that it is needed for your health. And therefore, a lot of friction is created between those individuals, and your health could be in jeopardy. So think about these things before you make a decision on who should carry on your decisions and your instruction on how they should interact with each other or make those decisions. There have been other circumstances where we have seen patients in final stages of cancer. Uh, Assisted medical death, or they have different names for it in different states. They're also called assisted medical suicide. In different states of America have different regulations. In California, you're allowed to make a decision that if you're in final stages of cancer, for example, and your mental capacity is intact, so you can make decisions for yourself, you're not unconscious, to ask for medical assisted suicide. But you have to make those decisions when you are in healthier stages of life and can make those decisions with a sound mind. So, decisions like that can also be made by your family members, not in terms of, maybe cancer if you're unconscious, but in other situations where the children, for example, or your spouse or your other family members have to carry on these wishes, and it causes them a lot of guilt, for their life, and it doesn't make them feel comfortable making those decisions for you. But if you tell them ahead of time what are your wishes, then they can carry it on with a clear conscience. So I hope this video helps, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.